Let's go to a place where everything is made of blocks, where the only limit is your imagination. Let's go wherever you want to go. Climb the tallest mountains. Venture down to the darkest caves. Build anything you want. Day or night, rain or shine. 'Cause this is the most significant sandbox you'll ever set foot in. Build a majestic castle. Invent a new machine, or take a ride on a roller coaster. Play with friends. Build your own little community. Protect yourself with the strongest armor that you can craft, and fight off the dangers of the night. No one can tell you what you can or cannot do, with no rules to follow. This adventure, it's up to you.
Or is it? Minecraft. Probably one of the best video games ever made. At the least, it's a game truly like no other. Some people say it's better with friends, but if you ask me what Minecraft servers I know, I won't be able to tell you any. This is because since I got the game back in August 2012, I played mostly single player, but why have I been playing alone for almost 8 years now? Well, there are many reasons, but in short, I don't enjoy multiplayer Minecraft because I find it too limiting and too different from the base idea of Minecraft. For a game with no limits, where the only limit is your imagination that's supposed to feel limitless, multiplayer takes away from that for me, so let me explain why. Single player is where I've played for most of my time. Why is a single player experience so fun for me, even though I can only play alone though? Well, first, it's really down to how single player Minecraft is, well, just that, Minecraft. It's the purest way to play true Minecraft, I find. In survival, you're able to collect resources anywhere you want, build things, destroy things, adventure. Everything you do counts. You can adventure freely, and it really lets you do whatever you want with no limits. It's the truest way you can play Minecraft survival. You're in control, and you can do whatever you want. Creative is where single player opens even more. It's where I built the creative world you're looking at right now, which I've been building on for about 5 years now. In creative single player, you can not only use commands, but you also have access to all of the blocks, items, mobs, and potions of Minecraft. Feel free to spawn any mobs you like with spawn eggs, built with any block. Splash the ground with potions and experience bottles, whatever you'd like. Also, in both single player survival and creative, you have a whole Minecraft world to do whatever you want with. All 30 million blocks are available for you to explore, build, survive, kill, or destroy. It truly is the most limitless way to play Minecraft, and in many ways, the most fun. It also captures the thrill of the core game modes the best, and I will explain why by explaining the core game modes of Minecraft themselves. Survival gives you the experience of collecting limited resources and surviving and thriving, with the challenge of gathering food to survive by killing, farming, or fishing, gathering resources such as ores, wood, and building materials, fighting against the various hostile mobs and monsters that will try to kill you along the way. Of course, adventuring the massive world to find things like villages, dungeons, caves, strongholds, etc. Once you're established and have the resources, which isn't that hard, you can finally start building and creating your own world. And finally, the main goal of many playing survival, going to the end and defeating the Ender Dragon. Single player survival really lets you truly experience Minecraft survival in its purest form. It really captures the thrill and reward of survival as well. Having goals like needing to collect the resources you build with, adventuring to find things, and beating the Ender Dragon all makes Minecraft survival feel rewarding because of the challenges you have to face. Creative mode allows you to freely use all of the resources Minecraft has to make your own creations. It allows you to build whatever you'd like using any block from the game. It allows you to equip yourself with any items and use them however you want, even as decorations. You have a huge world to build in, which is fun. Minecraft's simple system of being able to place or break blocks on almost a grid makes creation and expression easy to do without much advanced knowledge and challenge. Creative opens up even more when it allows you to experiment with items and other things from the game, such as enchantments, potions, mobs, structures, and commands. All in all, to keep it short, creative mode is for building, creativity, expression, and experimentation within Minecraft. Hardcore mode is basically the same as survival, but the game is stuck on the hardest difficulty, and you only have one life, meaning if you die, you will not be able to play on that world again. I think that the single player does the best at capturing all of the things I discussed about the core game modes of Minecraft. So why does multiplayer not feel the same? I'll explain why. Survival multiplayer servers have many limitations compared to the core game, and I want to explain all of them. The first major point I have to discuss is where the quality of life improvements really change how the game works fundamentally. Now, in a regular Minecraft survival playthrough, what is the first thing most people do? Collect wood, of course. So the first thing you want to do is walk up to a tree and destroy it. But no, this land is claimed by someone? Yes. This means to get wood, you have to travel a bit far out to be able to break a tree, and the first step in many ways. It makes the game a bit more confusing. You can see me collecting wood from a tree and how far out I already am. Claiming land is one of the biggest double-edged swords in survival servers in my honest opinion. On the one hand, it does help from protecting griefing, but with the sheer scale of land you can claim, and when you can claim random things like trees in the ground in the wilderness, or pre-generated structures like villages, it can easily get ludicrous. And in my humble opinion, griefing can make the survival experience more fun actually, especially when it's griefing pre-generated structures or just random things in the wilderness. Yes, I know that is my opinion, but I honestly don't mind the idea of griefing. On the topic of claiming land and such, I want to discuss another thing. I find that the small mistakes that we take for granted in single player can lead to huge consequences in multiplayer survival. I want to tell a personal tale that happened to me to demonstrate this. One day, back in probably 2016 or 2017, I was playing on a Minecraft survival server. I had other things to do that day, so I couldn't play Minecraft for very long. Within the time I played on that server that day, I was able to gather some resources and start out, but I didn't have enough to make a house yet. So to survive without being attacked by mobs or other players, I simply dug a small hole in the ground, sealed myself off, and disconnected. I logged back into that server sometime later and tried to dig out of the hole I was in, only to see that the land on top of me had been claimed by another player. Thankfully, I was right on the border of the claimed land, and was able to dig underground and finally break a block at the surface not too far away. If I weren't lucky though, I would have been trapped there indefinitely. Small mistakes can lead to huge consequences. Microtransactions and shops are another big difference between. I think in many ways this not only makes the experience different, but worse in a few ways. It makes it less authentic and less balanced. When you can have one new player who's gotten all of their items and blocks legitimately, and another player who simply bought late game items like high level enchantments, special server items, and whatever else, it shows how unbalanced things can be. Plus, it makes the survival experience less authentic. Playing survival and gathering the resources yourself, fighting mobs, surviving, and being rewarded for the struggle makes survival rewarding. It's more of an experience than simply buying the most powerful armor and weapons and being completely untouchable with no effort. It takes a lot of the thrill away. To conclude this section on survival multiplayer servers, I have to take it from the approach of Minecraft, a sandbox game with no rules. Survival multiplayer simply does not reflect this truth. It's limiting, fundamentally different, and much less of an experience than that. Without the goal of defeating the Ender Dragon, which is probably long gone since almost certainly someone on the server has already done it, and without the same risk, struggle, and reward, multiplayer survival does not fit my vision for Minecraft survival. If single-player creative is where Minecraft opens up even more, multiplayer creative is where it closes down further. The most popular form of creative is creative plots. Yes, you just get a plot. Sure, you can build things, but it's so much smaller. I feel having a whole Minecraft world to use means you can be a lot more creative. You can build massive cities, structures, etc. On a plot, you can build some things, but not nearly what Minecraft has to offer. The item and block limitations are ridiculous. There was one creative server I was on a long time ago that didn't even let me splash experience bottles. So stupid. This server I'm currently playing on is riddled with this shit. I can't use lava in my builds, can't use a flint and steel, can't watch fireworks, can't splash potions, can't use TNT, tridents turn to stone, campfires turn to stone, blast furnaces turn to stone, lodestones turn to stone, respawn anchors turn to stone, honey blocks turn to stone, pressure plates turn to stone. What the fuck is this bullshit? God, these limits are so ridiculous. It takes so much fun away. So what if I want to use lava, tridents, and fireworks and campfires in my builds? It's so fucking stupid I can't do this shit. And that's the huge issue. It feels so much less free and fun. It takes the absolute creative freedom the single player creative mode has and limits it by so much. Oh man, this one's gonna be rough. Minecraft minigames. boy, if Minecraft was an adventure that's supposed to be up to you, Minecraft minigames are the complete opposite. First is simply how specific they are. They're designed by people with their rules, limitations, and vision. Minecraft minigames are made to be played in a certain predetermined way. They're made to be played by the rules of their creators. They're the most limiting and handheld of the bunch. Instead of Minecraft giving you the freedom to do what you want, Minecraft minigames make you do what they want. They make their own goals, their own rules, and their own set way to play, and by playing them, you have to follow them, and that's the only thing you can follow. They are also the largest diversion from the base game, and to me, they don't feel like Minecraft. Minecraft and Minecraft minigames feel like two completely different games, and that's why I don't like them. They don't feel like the Minecraft I like to play, the game with freedom that you decide what to do. But unfortunately, they are one of the largest and most popular Minecraft server types. And to me, it's disappointing because I've never enjoyed them, and I don't think they truly capture what Minecraft really is. It also gives me less options since these kinds of servers dominate the landscape, so it makes it harder to find the kind of true survival and creative game styles I prefer. Now, I'm sure everyone has already heard about this before, but I can't make a video about Minecraft multiplayer without talking about the dark financial side. One thing I want to mention before I get into this, I will be talking about how some of these things are against the end user license agreement. But recently, I've heard some talks that some terms have been updated and changed, but I did not screenshot any of these posts, so I'm unsure if this is true. As far as I can see, the ULO was last updated on the 20th of September 2017, so all I'll say is, at the time of writing this video, these are still the current terms, but they could be changed in the near future. Now, I'm going to go over some of the pay-to-win mechanics, but unlike a lot of other videos I've seen on the matter, I'm going to talk a lot more about how it actually affects the gameplay, balance, and overall fun of Minecraft. First, I'll talk about some of the less severe things, starting with the idea of ranks. Now, though these are less severe, I do not think they should be taken lightly. In the case of minigames, I actually don't mind the idea of ranks because they make sense, but in a purely survival creative server case, that's where I have a problem. It's basically another inauthentic advantage. You can simply buy a rank and get access to more commands, perks, and possible items versus the players who do not pay for them. It once again throws off the balance and takes the reward out of working for things like you would in the base game. Then we get into loot boxes, slot machines, and things such as that. Now, this is already a problem in and of itself because, for one, it breaks the Minecraft EULA terms that say you're not allowed to make commercial use of anything we've made, try to make money from anything we've made, or let people get access to anything we've made in a way that is unfair or unreasonable. There is also a large chunk of Minecraft's player base which is under 18, meaning that these gambling-like mechanics encourage underage gambling, which is dangerous and illegal. But then again, this lessens the fun experience of Minecraft multiplayer. If you can just buy crate keys with the chance of winning rare items, it once again means that it's an easy way to get things that unbalances the players and takes the fun out of the grind. It's once again another easy way for players to get rare items easier than people who do not pay, and that once again makes the experience less authentic. But in a way, it's not even useful for that, because it's a rigged system. The house always wins. The chances you're going to get rare items are very low, which makes it more of a cash grab than anything else. Minecraft servers like this can easily become more money-oriented than quality-oriented, and this can really show. This is unfortunate because it really ruins the experience of a Minecraft server. And it once again becomes a problem because there are a fairly large amount of servers like this that exist. Now, I don't want to go on with this topic because it's already been talked about to death, and I've already gotten the points across that I needed to. Let's move on. Now, here's the turning point of this video. You may think that this whole video is me saying that I hate Minecraft multiplayer as a whole, it shouldn't exist, and I'm just going to play single player for the rest of my life. But that's wrong. There is a multiplayer experience that I want and like. So, let me tell you about it. From the beginning of this video, it's probably quite obvious that I enjoy Minecraft's unmodified core game modes a lot. And that's right, I'd like to see less minigame servers around, since I don't enjoy them as much, and I find they dominate the landscape way too much as well. As I said, I don't think they capture true Minecraft. I really want the true survival and creative experience. Now, sure, there has to be some limitations versus single player, but I would like a Minecraft server with true survival and creative experiences. This means none of those stores, unnecessary add-ons, less limitations, and a more true Minecraft survival experience on the survival side. No microtransactions in anything. Remove the stupid item and block limitations. Give the players a much larger space to build, and make it feel like the creative game mode that truly gives you creative freedom on the creative side. I'd like to see a server that slims down on all of these changes that we typically see, that really tries its best to capture that true Minecraft experience, the sandbox game with freedom where you decide what you want to do. This is why I personally like anarchy servers like 2b2t. You may say this is hypocritical since these servers are vastly different than the base game of Minecraft, but with the fact that they have no rules and are almost a completely unmodified Minecraft server, when you really think of it, they are the closest thing to a single player game on a multiplayer server. And this is why I personally enjoy them. They make a great avenue to that true Minecraft experience I've been talking about throughout this whole video. Servers hosted by friends are another great example of this true Minecraft multiplayer experience I enjoy. Of course, this is on a much smaller scale, but that's okay. I haven't had many friends that have hosted Minecraft servers or hosted any myself, but every time my friends do, I really enjoy the experience. This is why, though I'm definitely a Java Edition player, I've actually enjoyed playing Minecraft Bedrock Edition with my friends. It's easy and once again fits my vision for Minecraft multiplayer, and this has probably been one of my favorite ways to play Minecraft multiplayer, with servers hosted by friends, and this is the only way I see myself playing Minecraft multiplayer other than anarchy servers for a very long time. This is actually very close to how I first started Minecraft multiplayer. When I started playing Minecraft back in 2012, I played a lot of LAN games with my friends. That was always very fun and made up most of my early Minecraft experiences. Also, for the true survival and creative experience, I wanted to point out another unfortunate limitation that may make these harder to achieve. The fact is, most servers have small player counts. In a survival or creative world that is 30 million blocks large, you're not going to be able to run into other players very often, and it feels quite small and lonely. Another unfortunate drawback of that is that survival or creative servers would fill up very fast, or would have to be split into multiple smaller servers, meaning every server would be slightly different and the experience would not be consistent. Now, here's my theories on why these kind of servers don't exist that much. First is an interesting one. Minecraft's core code. Remember what I talked about with all the limitations, but especially why there are things like small player counts and such? Well, there is a reason for this. Ticks. No, not the insect, ticks per second, or for short, TPS. A Minecraft server is supposed to run at 20 ticks per second. Ticks pretty much control everything from the movement of players and mobs, block updates like grass growing, crops, placing and breaking, health, and hunger. Pretty much everything that updates or changes in Minecraft is based on ticks. Naturally, when the server is running under 20 ticks per second, it will start to lag and slow down, and will also skip ticks to keep up, which sometimes reverts some actions. But how do ticks actually work? It's all based on the idea that Minecraft is a single mono-core game. That's right, Minecraft only uses one CPU core. To visualize this, think of the single core as a tube, and visualize the information traveling through that tube. With the idea of ticks, it's a cycle. Think of the 20 ticks traveling through that tube, then looping back, and then the next 20 ticks travel through. That's basically how it all works. Why this is relevant though is because this means that CPU gains would be really hard to achieve. This means that running a Minecraft world with a large player count or without a lot of the limitations that fix performance and such, it would be very taxing on hardware and also hard to pull off. Another huge thing that's stopping it is simply what the players want. I'm sure a lot of these limitations and changes to me are quality of life improvements to a lot of others, such as stores making items easier to get, claiming land, minigames, etc. Also, my style of multiplayer may be outside a lot of the players' comfort zones, which is another reason why a lot of server owners would probably not risk making a server like this. Another huge factor is simply interest. There's a reason Minecraft minigame servers make up the majority. Minigames are the most popular. People are the most interested in them, meaning that of course this would be the largest. And of course, knowing your audience is what's going to dictate what kind of server you're making. And the audience for minigames is huge. So simply, the fact that probably a lot of people are not so interested in what I enjoy is probably another very large factor that stops this from existing. Going back to large player counts and limitations to fix performance, 1.13. If anyone remembers when the Aquatic update came out, I sure do, you probably remember how huge of an update it was, and how many things it totally changed. Now, for variety, this is great, but for performance, it wasn't so great. 1.13 made so many changes that it greatly reduced Minecraft server performance. This meant that some larger servers didn't update, or had to do a lot of work to make servers work on the new versions. The issue is that mostly, up until very recently at least, these performance issues remained unfixed. This means that it's simply a lot harder to run more intensive servers in versions past 1.13, which is another big thing stopping my vision for Minecraft multiplayer from happening. With every problem, there is always a solution. So what do I think the solution to this would be? What do I think could make this idea of Minecraft multiplayer that I enjoy a reality? Well, I think we're in need of a big performance update, or even a multiplayer update if they want to call it that. What do I think would be included in this update? Well, let me explain. First would be, of course, fixing the post 1.13 large server performance. I'm not sure how they'd re-optimize all the changes they've made, but it's something they'd have to tackle in this update. Next would be, of course, enabling Minecraft to run on all CPU cores, but this would be very hard to do. This is where I'm going to go back to what I said about ticks. My theory of ticks again is that they cycle through a single core, and remember, ticks dictate how pretty much everything in the game updates, so they are absolutely essential. But how would you allow them to run through all of the cores? Would each core be running the exact same ticks at the exact same time? Would the ticks cycle through one core to the next? Or would I assume, which would be extremely hard to rework, somehow different updates need to run through different cores all at the same time? But how would that even be timed? This would be extremely hard to rework, but I think it would be a requirement in this kind of a performance update. Doing all of these fixes would definitely help, and would go towards removing the small player count limitations. But they should also aim to fix the small player count limitations as well, I think. Well, remember I said for every problem there is a solution? Unfortunately, I don't think this performance update is really going to happen. I think Mojang may do some things to fix the 1.13 performance issues, but the chances they will make Minecraft Java servers multi-core is something I don't think is going to happen. The only reason I say this is because this would take a really massive rework of the game, as I said, and chances are, to be honest, they'd simply be too lazy to fix these issues, as to be honest, there isn't much incentive for Mojang as it's not really affecting how well Minecraft is doing. Plus, we all know Java is an aging programming language at this point, and I don't really think they'd want to do all of these changes to the Java edition of the game as well. In good news though, I hear that 1.16.5 has actually done, well, something to fix some of the post 1.13 performance issues. I've seen some tests, and performance has seemed to run a lot smoother, and the issues where kelp would lag the game seem to be fixed as well. This is all great news, but is it enough to fix the performance to a playable level? I have no idea. If you've watched through this whole video so far, you obviously know that I like the regular Minecraft survival and creative a lot, and would like to see more Minecraft servers with that experience. But maybe I'm just a boring guy. In fact, I joined Minecraft during one of its most boring periods. I joined when Minecraft was in version 1.3.1, and this was in the middle of one of the most boring update periods of the game, where not many interesting changes were made. When I first played Minecraft multiplayer, a lot of my experience was LAN games and small realms, and this is maybe what made me enjoy this experience so much. But now, let me get into the reason I decided to make this video at this current point in time, and why the Caves and Cliffs update being released in 2 parts gives me a lot more time, haha. That's because, to be honest, fuck Caves and Cliffs. I want the update that fixes these technical limitations. I want large servers, I want better performance, I want the multiplayer I enjoy. I want to be able to take full advantage of my octa-core Ryzen when playing Minecraft. I want people to be able to use their 64-core Threadripper and Xeon Monster processors to run good-ass Minecraft servers. Anyways, that's it. That's my opinion on Minecraft multiplayer. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I look to make more long commentary videos like this in the future. And thank you all for watching, and to everyone who inspired me to make this video. Also, thanks for all of the recent attention, even though it's a bit surprising for me. Maybe in the future, there will be Minecraft servers like this, and I will finally be able to play and enjoy multiplayer to its fullest. But for now, the next time I watch Minecraft, I think you all know what button I'm going to be pressing.